Hi everyone. So in the previous session, we have seen like how to access your applications running inside the Kubernetes cluster using Ingress Controller. So that is what we have seen. So we discussed that in this particular demo, we will be talking about how you can access your application in a secured way, like generating using some TLS. Okay. So this TLS will be generated for this particular domain as well as this particular domain, and that will be the valid certificates to access your applications from the browser. Okay, to do that, there will be a slight modification in your ingress rule, what you write apart from what you see here. Okay, so we need to add another section under the spec, which is nothing but TLS section. Okay, for that you can take an example from the official documentation. You can go for ingress, or you can search here as well, ingress. Okay, so let me show you ingress. If you search like that, technically you will open the first link. In that first link on the right hand side you can see a TLS section, right? So directly it will redirect to this particular this. So this is how you need to add host level certificates, which means that your certificates which you generate for this particular domain will be stored in the Kubernetes cluster as a form of secrets, because it is a sensitive information. We cannot go ahead with config map. So config map is something where if you want to transfer some data in a plain text, then we can go for config map. But here the certificates are important for us. So that has to be stored in an encrypted format. Nothing but base64 encryption, which will be used in the secrets for Kubernetes. Okay, so let us take the example what we did previously. This is the one we have used. Okay, now we will be adding a TLS for this particular domains. So first I need to generate a certificate for this particular domain and this particular domain. So for that you can go through this particular section which I added here. You can just directly copy paste, but you have to change your CN, common name. So common name is nothing but what is your domain name that you have to add. Organization you can add anything, whatever you want. Okay, I added Sudhir DevOps, but the actual parameter which is really important for us is nothing but to whom you are generating a certificate. That is important. Is it for IP? Is it for user? Is it for any group? Or is it for domain name? So we have to specify. Since we are generating for the domain, that is nothing but it comes under common name. Okay. So first command will generate a key and certificate. You can see the certificate and key. Both will generate it for this particular domain, and this one also will generate for second application. So those applications are still running in my Kubernetes cluster. You can see here kubectl get all -o white. Okay, these applications are running, but I have deleted my ingress. You can see here I have deleted my ingress right now. Okay, so first of all, let me generate the certificates. So I'll be storing all my certificates over here. Apart from my YAML files, I'll be storing my certificates in this particular Ingress directory. Okay. So let me execute the first command. These are self-signed certificate, which means that you are not purchasing from somewhere. You are generating your own certificate for temporary purpose or for testing purpose. Okay. So that's the reason we are using openssl tool in order to generate a self-signed certificates. Okay. So here is the output for certificate, and key will be stored in this particular file. Okay, the subject of for this particular certificate generation is for this domain we are generating the certificate. Okay, you can see here the files got created: app1 ingress tls.key, app1 ingress tls.cert. Okay, same thing you will be executing for second domain as well. So let me copy paste this, copy and paste it here. Just execute. Okay, now four files you have. One is for app1, two files, key and certificate, app2, key and certificate. Okay, now we will try to store these particular certificates in our Kubernetes cluster as secrets, because in your ingress controller, ingress rules, you will be specifying the secret name. Okay, that secret name is nothing but this. For app1, it is app1-ingress-tls. This is my secret name. For this, I'm creating the secret as a TLS to store key and certificate. Okay, in the same location where I have this files, I'm executing this command. If it is in different location, you have to give the path. Okay. Now I need to create for the second application. So app2 it is simple naming convention. Okay. Now this both secrets are created. app1 secrets. I think you will see, yeah, you can see this, right? So these are the two secrets which are created in my Kubernetes cluster. Now I will be updating my Ingress rules to use that particular certificates. You can see here or already updated here. App1 Ingress TLS. In the TLS section, you can write multiple hosts and their certificates by calling the secret name for that particular domain. So for this particular host, app1 sudhidevops.tld, this is the secret which will be used. And for this particular host, this will use this particular secret, which is having the key and certificate information. Okay, so let us go and deploy this particular Ingress rules. So kubectl create -f ingress rules.yaml. So it is created. Let's verify. kubectl get ing. It's created. Let us wait for the address. So kubectl describe ing enter. So you can see here the certificates information is over here. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, now let it be done. I think it is getting created. It takes few minutes to update your records. Okay, so once that is done, we can verify with this particular command. Okay, from the CLI itself you can verify. Okay, let's do it. This is something like you can give here app1. Okay, and here it's the port is 30443. Okay, so the DevOps.tld, and this one is 1.91. Obviously, where your Nginx Ingress pod is running, there it will be. Okay, let me take this, copy. Before pasting here, let me try to check the describe. You can see now it is displaying your IP address. So this is the IP address. Actually, to be frank, this IP address is nothing but where your Nginx Ingress controller is running, that particular node's IP address. Okay, simple. Let's execute this. Oh, it is telling you, sorry, there is a wrong port. Here, have not given the proper port number. It is 30443, right? You can see now, you got an output, welcome to Sudhir DevOps app 1. But here you have to look at your certificates. See here, it is telling you the result is self-signed certificate. Okay, and here you can see the certificate subject app1 Sudhir DevOps.tld, and the organization name is Sudhir DevOps. Okay, if you try to execute for app2, if you execute for app2 here, you will get the output. Okay, you can see here. So this is how it is generated. So this is how it is. So you got an output, it is a valid certificate. Okay, you can see here the certificate what you have assigned for that particular domain, it was able to communicate with that particular certificate. Okay, so that's the reason I gave here verbose -v, so that you can see the output, what how the TLS verification is going on. Okay, so always you can give this and you can validate your certificate. Okay, so this is all about securing your communication with Ingress rules by adding the TLS. Okay, so this is really important. In production servers we have to add this particular certificate, but here since we have limitation, so that's the reason I took some self-signed certificate. But generally we purchase a certificate from somewhere, like let's encrypt or something. I will try to do that demo as well, where we can get a free certificate which will cost nothing actually. So there is a provider called Let's Encrypt. Okay, Let's Encrypt. From here we can purchase. It is not, you no need to pay for anything actually. Okay, it's free of cost. So many domains are using this particular free of cost certificates, and you can also get a certificate from here. Okay, so I will try to do the demo on this and let you know how to use a approved certificate. Okay, so that you will not see these kind of things, self-signed certificate, nothing like that. Because if you go to your browser and if you execute https colon app1, where is that app1? Okay, so app1 dot sudhir devops.tld colon 30443 slash app1. You can see here, right? Advanced, proceed. Here you can see not secured. Okay, You can see the certificate app1 sudhirdevopstld. It will expire in 2022, 1 year validity. Okay, but here you can see this CA root certificate is not trust because it is not verified by anyone, any provider. Okay, you have to get a valid certificate. If you are using some e-com websites deployed in your Kubernetes cluster, you cannot go with the self-signed certificates, right? It is not a trust one and no one will trust you. Okay, the clients cannot trust these particular certificates. These are self-signed, which means that you created and you approved. Okay, it's not like someone approved from the cyber security vulnerabilities and all, right? So you need to get a valid certificate and that should be signed by your CA community. Okay, so we will try to do that demo as well if time permits by getting a free certificate from this Let's Encrypt, and then we can do it. Okay, so you can go through the documentation, we can see like how to get a certificate and all, everything we can do it here. Okay, so that's all for this particular demo. We will see later with the next topic. Okay, thank you.